First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. Welcome to gorgeous, beyond words, Meat Cove in Nova Scotia. This is the first campsite that was planned and actually worked out for us. And aside from the fact that it's not exactly flat, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at that Rocky Mountain. Look at that Rocky Mountain. Look at the ocean behind us. Again, we had the sound of the ocean just helping me sleep. I found it incredibly soothing and relaxing. I hope you can hear me because there is a constant light breeze that feels wonderful. I mean, it's only 69 degrees, but it just feels invigorating this morning. Just wow, what a campsite. Now, these peaks can be hiked. Okay, you can't quite see the one over there, but there are two peaks that can be hiked. There's more hiking in the area. I said this morning to Jason, this is the first place on the trip that has made me say, I want to come here. I would love to come here, spend 3 days and hike these peaks, to spend a little time down on the beach. It's just that beautiful here. Unfortunately, it's going to rain today, so while Chris had said maybe we'll take a rest day here, if we took a rest day, we'd just get rained on. Now, let's go hope there's a lot more of this view in the future.
All right, goodbye Meat Cove, an absolutely great place to camp as long as you have no more than 2 tents per site. Definitely a little tight if you want to get more than 2 tents in because it is on a cliff face going down to the ocean, which makes it awesome. Had a fantastic night's sleep, just enjoyed being here. There are hikes up to these peaks and wow, I wish we had time to do them, but the rain would just hit us anyway. So we're not here on the best time, but honestly, things were fantastic weather-wise, view-wise for the whole time we were here. And if you have a good weekend or a good 2 days here, I bet these hikes are just stunning. And the views, even if you're not into hiking, just sit there and look over the rocky beach and the beautiful ocean. One young lady claimed to have seen a whale, but unfortunately it was gone by the time she mentioned it to the rest of us. Not sure we can get a view. But this was a beautiful, beautiful rustic campsite. They have a Starlink, which gives you a little bit of internet. You get into some Instagram. You won't be streaming video, but you can get some of your pictures, get your email, get your messaging done. That was a nice feature. If you do come to Meat Cove, though, you better like shellfish or there's not going to be any food at all. So, if you're like me and an aficionado of red meat, pack your food in. I had roast beef, and I certainly enjoy that more than I do shellfish. No lobster for me. Jason said the lobster would have been great if it was warm, but unfortunately it was cold. There's our view. Goodbye, Meat Cove. It was an absolute great stay. Chris says we have 2 stops planned before getting to our camp today, so I am sure, as with most of his stops, they are interesting little villages or sites, and maybe we'll pick you up back then. So far, my hope that we would have better roads and more views on this half of the island has come to fruition. There have been many more twisty roads and many more opportunities where I can just look over without totally having trees in the way and see a great view, which is awesome. Yeah, a number of straight roads versus twisty roads on the other side is 90 to 10. Now, we've only been on the road for an hour or so, but hell, it's pretty close to 50-50 over here. So I'm very much enjoying this side of the island more. Well, I hope you can hear me. It is very open here, and we are leaning left to keep from being blown off the road. Take a look. Nothing like rain and high sustained winds to welcome you back after lunch. Always be prepared. Weather will do what it wants to. We were expecting rain, but we were not expecting very high winds. And we got both. Take a look. I hope the GoPro shows you what's happening to these trees, because that same thing is happening to us. Ah, well, what do you say? This is all part of the adventure? Or at least it's all fun and games till one of us gets blown off the road?
Well, we're in a Walmart parking lot. We stopped here to pick up some camping food as we ran out last night. Everything's gone. But unfortunately, the rain has come in, and it looks like the vote of the majority is to look for a hotel. There's still a slight chance we might be able to make it onto the campsite, but it looks like there's not a lot of will in that direction. And honestly, after an entire day of just rain, wind, drizzle, more wind, heavy rain, you certainly cannot fault anyone for just wanting to get the hell out of the rain. And even if we did get to the campsite, there's probably a very great chance that we'd be setting up in more rain and more wind, and that's not exciting for anyone. So my next check-in might be from a hotel, which I did not think I'd be in any hotels this trip, but I also didn't think we'd spend 7 hours riding in the pouring rain either. That's what you get. That's the adventure. Forgot to do this last night. Oh, totally forgot to do this last night. All right, Chris came through again. More waterfront view. But honestly, I didn't even know the water was there when we got here. Because all I could hear was the cars, not the ocean. But the good news is we did not spend last night in a tent. We all buckled, we all folded, and we all stayed in an Airbnb, VRBO, whatever you want to call it. Somebody's house with 4 rooms. I slept so well, tonight is going to be the most horrible night's sleep of my life. Well, as much as I'm enjoying the road, I got to finish packing my bike.
Hey, Frank.
Hey guys, yes?
And if you have the time, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh yes, subscribe to Steve Rue's Rides. They still keep calling it Moto Photo Adventures, but we know who the on-air talent is.